TRW here with Royalists and Roundheads 2, back at Edgehill. It's the start of the 1100 hours turn, so definitely need to look at changing some orders. See if changing orders is called for here. So look at the Royalists first. Again, this is a joint phase. I still have not figured out why it has to be a joint phase. I don't know why the first player doesn't have an order phase, and an order phase, movement, combat, and rally, and then the second player has an order phase, movement, combat, rally. I don't know what effect, because what is the second player doing during the first player's phases? The second player is doing defensive fire, which is not going to be related to their order. Oh. Okay, no. The orders of the second player would play into the modifiers. Still doesn't seem to be that significant, but yeah, okay, it does. If you can change to a stand order at the start of the turn, where maybe you were not before, then during the first player's combat phase, the melee portion, alright, you would get a DRM, but alright, so I've identified there's a difference. I'm not sure what the point is still, even if I don't know. I wonder if the designer remembers. Alright, let's go from left to right here with the Royalist. Over here's Wilmot again. Wilmot, just to review here, has a lot of cavalry over there on the left, Royalist left. He's a little bit below average, 2 command value, an okay command span of 5, and an average +1 combat value. Advance, no, he wants to hit the enemy hard there, so no, he wants to go to attack. So he wants to change his order. This is one, I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. This is one thing that I would change if I could. To me, it makes a difference. Okay, so you're rolling against the commanders. I'll go ahead and do this. Yeah, he fails again. I think I tried this before. So I'm rolling against his command value to change. And that's it. Actually, the only modifier is that if he's within the command span of his overall leader, Charles I here, if he is within the overall leader's command span, which is 4 in this case, then Wilmot gets a -1 to his die roll, which helps him. That's the only modifier, though. To me, there should be a table, and obviously this kind of is pointing to the Musket and Pike series, but even here, it should be easier to go from, it should be easier to go from advance to attack than it would be to go from, muster to attack. Maybe that's not a good example, but retreat. To go from retreat to attack should be harder than just going from advance to attack, but the rules do not differentiate that. I'm reminded of how much I like this system anyways, even though there are a few things that I would specifically change. Wentworth and his infantry here, he has a stand order. Well, he might as well go to an advance, because I'm not going to have him defend from back here. He's not in Charles I command span. He gets it. I said advance, even though I should have put it out. Should have put it out. But advance. There we go. So he's switched to advance. Here we've got Byron. He's got advance. That's I'll go ahead and try to change his to attack. Byron has a better 3 there. Ooh, doesn't make it. Doesn't get to change his order. Here, Gerard as a reserve. He will stay in reserve. He's adjacent, Charles. And then Rupert is attack. So should Rupert change? He's got 1. That is that's a dragoon there. Okay, so Rupert has 2 units that are routed right now. What should he do? You know, let's just try something different. I'm actually going to try to change his to a stand, so he's going to kind of go into a defense. Let's just try it. Let's see. He has a command value of 3. Oh, he does not get it. So that is the Royalist. Oh. Actually. Okay. Never mind. That's somebody's house rule. I won't talk about that right now. Okay, so for the parliamentarians, all right, what do we got here? Ramsey has, I want him to have an attack order. He has an attack order. That's good. I want Ballard here. I want Ballard to have an attack order. He has an advance order. Let's try to change his. His command value is a 2. He's not within the command span of Essex over here. Oh, he rolls a 2. All right, good. So the parliamentarian left is where I want it. As far as both Ballard. Oh, actually, wait. There's one more. CS6 has an advance order. Let's try to change his. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just outside the command span of Essex over here. And CS6 has a command value of 2 there. So he's got it. Oh, he got it. Roll the 1. So he is going from advance to attack. Let's see what that does for the parliamentarians. Under the circumstances, I just don't see why both armies don't just pound on the other side as hard as they can. Is that Meldrum? Meldrum has an advance order. That is, I'll just leave that. And Essex should have an attack. Yeah, he has attack order. Okay, so there we go. So that is the order phase. Now we go to the first player. That's the Royalist. Movement phase. First we check to see who's out of command. Got some artillery back here still moving up, getting into the fight. So Wilmot has a command span of 5. He's good. Wentworth. Byron has 5. He's okay. Gerard has 4. And Rupert. Now we have to trace command around the enemy. Ooh. Is that unit out of command now? Ooh. Count the X. Okay. Enemy zones of control block command span unless occupied by friendly. So zones of control, and zones of control are front and flank. So he can trace through his cavalry here, he can trace here, but if he goes here, he's in the zone of control of this unit, and if he goes here, he's in the zone of control of this unit. So that unit is out of command. That unit is effectively surrounded. Well, yeah, they're effectively surrounded. Here we're going to trace 1, 2, 3, 4 around that hex, because that's in that unit zone of control. Okay. Alright. Now we do movement. Again, we have to pay attention to orders. Also go from left to right again. Wilmot did not change his order, but Wilmot has to end one hex closer to the enemy anyways. So this forest hex, any part of that forest makes it a forest hex, if I remember correctly. And forest is not it's not allowed for any units to go into woods except for skirmishers and leaders. Yeah, not allowed. So we're gonna go like that. Wait, it's gonna go like that, that, and then free change. It's not road movement. Oh no, it is road movement if I want to use it. But he'll just go one hex closer. Just gonna turn like that. That. So right now he's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So if he goes here, he is closer to enemy unit. Okay. These guys, they're spending 2 to move through those woods hexes. Yeah, 2. Again, skirmishers don't have facing. I can face them if I want for my own visual reminder, but not necessary in the rules. So they'll go like that. They're in the wood. I'll fire from the woods there. Wentworth, yeah, he changed his to advance. So they can move. All combats in command using the advanced command chip may move up to their full movement allowance during the movement phase. They must end the turn at least 1 hex closer to an enemy unit. Alright. They receive no melee combat die roll modifiers. Oh, this is the infantry. But we do want to get him, kind of get up here and kind of block Essex cavalry from running free in the center here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Byron has advance. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Free first turn, facing change, and then 1, 2, 3. These guys are going to go 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got some musketeers in the center there. Gerard has a reserve. Charles will join Gerard here with the reserve. I guess they could move up. They just can't move any closer than 5 hexes. 2, 3. What else about reserve command? All combat units in command using the reserve command chip may move up to their full movement allowance. They may never enter a hex. Yeah, that's closer to an enemy unit than 5 hexes away. If they begin the turn closer than 5 hexes to an enemy unit, they may either not move or move so that they end the movement 5 or more hexes away. Receive no melee combat die roll modifiers, obviously, as you would expect. Alright, again, the artillery. You know, I wonder if artillery get road movement. No, wait. Yeah, they do. Actually, it is spelled out. So they do have a half. So 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. 1/2, 1. 1.5, 2. Alright. See, I don't see a need. I don't see a need to move the routed units. Oh. Rupert did not change his orders. What to do over here? Isn't that interesting? I never thought about it. We have dragoons here, and we have musketeers here. There's a stream between them. The dragoons are skirmishers. Obviously the musketeers, they're both skirmishers. Skirmish units do not have a zone of control. Oh. No? You know, I never thought about this. Does this mean that You know, I never thought about this. I guess these skirmishers can go right past. So he can move he can move laterally from one hex adjacent to a skirmish unit to another hex because they don't have zones of control. They don't stop each other. Which I guess makes sense when you think about what a zone of control is. Huh. That's very interesting. I think this guy needs to come over here and block this gap here. So, first change is free. So then it's 1, and it's 2, and it's 3. All right, 2.5. These guys can come off the hill here. They don't need to stay back here. Oh, I'm sorry, he has an attack order. Never mind. That's not the road. That's not road movement from this hex to this. So it is 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, I know what they'll do. Free 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. There. Something like that. Alright, so that is first player royalist movement. Then we go to the combat phase, start with the fire first, with defensive fire, then offensive fire. Alright, start of the combat phase. This far right parliamentarian dragoon unit right here is actually going to try to pull back. Refuse the flank there, get 2 hexes away from these royalist dragoons, but they are, I believe that they're treated as trying to retreat before combat from an enemy cavalry unit, which means I need to roll, and they can only pull back on a 5 or a 6. Oh, they rolled a 6. So, they are going to pull back. And then, okay, so they couldn't fire anyways out of range, so we're gonna have we're gonna have a series of fire combats here. Gonna try to go quickly through here. So the dragoons are treated as infantry. They have a range of 1 hex, but on a roll of 5, it's a morale check. On a roll of 6, it is a 1-step loss. First guy misses completely on a 1. Next guy, just going in line there. Oh, wow. The third guy here against the cavalry there. Wow. Nothing with the parliamentarian dragoons on the far right there. Far parliamentarian right. Okay, again, this is defensive fire, so this is all of the parliamentarian defensive fire against the royalists. These guys are still going to hold their fire. They're not going to waste their fire there. So that is the parliamentarian right. Now look at the parliamentarian left for defensive fire. All right, so the artillery here can fire through, between these units and try to hit the cavalry there. It's a range of 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes for artillery. That's no modifier, so it is a 5 or a 6 as a morale check. They roll a 4, so nothing. Here we have infantry, and they're definitely going to try to finish off that unit. So they're infantry firing at 1 hex. Again, 5 is a morale check. Step loss. So I guess we do go in order. We don't wait. So I'm trying to remember, was this unit on its last step? It was. Yep. So that was the out of command unit, and it's already on its reduced side, and it has a step loss, and it's fired, so it is eliminated with that last hit. So a 3-strength cavalry unit now. The second unit lost in this battle. The first unit lost was just a musketeer unit. Alright, so now the parliamentarian artillery there can try to hit that royalist cavalry there. 4 hexes away. 5 is a morale check. 5 is a morale check. So the morale of the was that Byram's cavalry there is 9. They roll an 8, so they're okay. I'm going to save there. But is Ramsey stacked cavalry? So that artillery is going to fire point blank +2 at a range of 1 hex. Oh my, 1 + 2 is 3, which is not enough. And finally, for defensive fire, if I didn't miss anybody, are the 2 dragoon units over there. They're firing their opposite number. I meant musketeers if I said dragoon. The musketeers are firing at their opposite number. The opposite number happened to be dragoons, so musketeers get a +1 at range 1. +1 at range 1. The first unit, the far unit, is 3 + 1 is 4. Not enough. They need a 5 or 6, and look at that. They get a 6. 6 + 1 is 7. It's still just a morale check. So that's for this guy here. His morale is 7, and he rolls a 5, so he's okay.